Trump is restoring biblical values to the United States of America.
All right, let's see it.
Are you surprised that God is using a brash-talking billionaire from New York to do so?
I'll tell you what doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that you're choosing to pretend the concern is that he's brash talking and not that he is an unrepentant rapist and a serial adulterer and a serial sexual predator, that we all heard him boast about being able to sexually assault women with impunity, that we have heard him repeatedly sexualize children, including his own daughter, that we know for a fact that he defrauds his own charities, that he lies about literally everything, will never take responsibility for anything, and that he's just a profoundly stupid adult human. It doesn't surprise me that you choose to ignore all of those things.
Look at the Old Testament when outside of the box bold people like Moses and King David were used for the glory of God.
So you can tell that this content creator has seen other people appeal to Moses and David in attempts to rationalize Christian support for Donald Trump, but he either didn't actually understand the argument or has just intentionally chosen to omit the entire substance of the argument, because the argument is precisely that Moses and David were murderers, and God still used them to lead Israel. And so it's okay that Donald Trump is an unrepentant rapist. And that argument, if this content creator had gotten it right, is still an atrocious argument, because those men repented of their sins. And even in light of the fact that David repented, God still was incensed and condemned David and said, "I'm taking the kingdom away from you," as a result of those things. So even if this content creator had gotten the argument right, it would be a pathetic and an atrocious argument. But as it is, he's just saying they were brash and they were out of the box, and so he is not even making an argument at all.
Can you imagine what the Apostle Peter's Twitter account would look like if he were alive today?
It would at least be coherent.
Donald Trump is the most pro-life president we've had in our lifetime. That's a biblical value.
No, he's not, and no, it's not. The Bible never once addresses abortion, but the Hebrew Bible certainly does not think that a fetus is a person. It's more property than person, and personhood is only achieved at birth. And then once we get to the New Testament, it depends on what Greek philosophical model of ensoulment you endorse. If it's the Pythagoreans and the Epicureans, then you think that the soul enters the body at conception and the fetus becomes a person at conception. If you endorse a Stoic model, then the fetus doesn't become a person until birth. If you endorse an Aristotelian model, then the fetus becomes a person, receives a soul once the fetus has fully developed, around the quickening. And that is actually the model that became the consensus view of Christianity, beginning with Augustine and going all the way down into the 1800s. So there's nothing about the Bible that is necessarily pro-life as it is understood today. That's just something that people make up in order to try to leverage the authority of the Bible to endorse their own contemporary identity politics and identity markers, which, by the way, was not an identity marker for evangelical Christians until folks like Jerry Falwell and Paul Weyrich went on a campaign to turn it into an evangelical identity marker in the 1970s so they could get more Christians involved in government so that they wouldn't have to be forced by the government to allow black folks into their evangelical universities.
Donald Trump is for traditional marriage more than any president in our lifetime. That's a biblical value.
No, he's not. And no, it's not. Donald Trump has cheated on every wife he has ever had. And again, he's an unrepentant rapist. And biblical marriage is mostly polygamy. And even the part that isn't polygamy is still a man paying another man to purchase from him the sexual availability and the procreative capacities of his daughter. It's still transactional from beginning to end. It's not biblical marriage that Donald Trump supports, there's only one sense in which Donald Trump has anything at all to do with anything we could call biblical marriage. And that's the fact that Jesus said that you're not allowed to ever divorce a spouse except in cases of sexual immorality. And Donald Trump has had divorce proceedings begun against him by two of his wives precisely because of his infidelity, his adultery, because Donald Trump is a serial adulterer and, again, an unrepentant rapist. He does not care about traditional marriage, and what people identify today as traditional marriage is not biblical marriage.
No other president has been such a good friend to Israel than Donald Trump. That's a biblical value.
Still, no. The modern state of Israel is nowhere in view anywhere in the Bible. So how you treat the modern state of Israel and its government is not something that can be a biblical value. However, Donald Trump is profoundly anti-Semitic, and he began a movement that is profoundly anti-Semitic and pretends to be in charge of what is and isn't anti-Semitic, even as they foment and spread anti-Semitism.
When the pulpit went silent, when Christians said they can't talk about it, and when denominations changed their ways, God said, I'm going to go find a sinner, and I'm going to use a man that you never thought I would use to bring the United States back to Christian values.
Yeah, God didn't say any of that. This is just the fever dream of Christian nationalists who are sitting at the culmination of this campaign to arrogate political power to evangelical Christianity. The same campaign that began under Jerry Falwell and Paul Weyrich back in the 1970s. Unfortunately, it resulted in Christians having to rationalize why it's okay to have a profoundly stupid, unrepentant rapist and serial adulterer in the White House. And we get these asinine arguments as Christians are trying to grapple with their cognitive dissonance. This is Your Brain on Christian Nationalism. And the fit for this video has been the Fantastic Four.